on. September the 3rd, birthday for the whites. September the 4th, birthday for the blacks. I can imagine Miss Bates didn't get a wink of sleep that night. She probably walked those floors all night thinking what was going to happen out here that next day. And she was thinking, oh my Lord, I got these 10 kids, and I know I told them to take the city buses, but I don't know where they're going to be at. This isn't going to work. Maybe we need to meet somewhere. That's what we would do. We would group up over here off 16th Street, and then maybe we could all just come together as a big group. Well, she started calling these kids early that first morning, hey, change your plans. If you're going to take the bus, we're meeting down here off 16th Street. Or if your parents are going to drop you off down here. But guess what? Two of these kids don't have a telephone. And one of them is this little girl, 15-year-old named Elizabeth Davis. She don't have a phone. School grounds, because the governor has given these National Guardsmen strict orders not to allow them on the school grounds, not even on the sidewalk. Okay, so the news reporters, they set up over there at that mobile station because he had electricity over there, because television cameras needed electricity back in the 50s. So this is when the world first started seeing what was going on because of the images that are being broadcast from that mobile station. So that's why that's been preserved the way that it has been. Okay, so now you got all these news reporters over here. They're camped out, they're ready to go live when this is happening. This street is filled with angry white citizens protesting. They're making up a chant, and it says 2, 4, 6, 8. We ain't gonna integrate. In other words, the street is filled with hatred on that day. Okay? And here come a lone little black girl, Elizabeth Eckford. She gets off the bus to 12th Street. You see the stop sign down there? That's 12th Street. She gets off the bus down there. And she can hear those people down there. She's no dummy. She's seen the news. She knows that these people don't want them here. But that good old governor has said that he is bringing those troops here for the citizens. And she knows she's a citizen. So she's thinking that this governor, this good old governor, has brought these guards here to protect us. And she's also thinking that those other 9 students are going to meet her here. And so she's walking up the street, and the closer she gets, the louder that noise gets. Until she reaches this corner and she can see all of those people. She see that, and she don't want to go down there. She's 15.
I was the first to arrive. Later, while the crowd was, attention was on me, others came. When I walked across the street where the soldier had directed me, those angry people were there.
Now this little 15-year-old terrified little girl is going to attempt to walk down this street where she thinks those others are down there to meet her. And so she's attempting, and she starts in the street. Well, guess who sees that she's here? The mob. They surround this little girl, and they start giving it to her. They're in her face. Come back to Africa. We hate you. You don't belong here. Somebody get a rope so we can hang her. She's terrified.
I looked for help. And I saw a woman who seemed to have an elderly woman who seemed to have a kind face. As I walked toward her, she spat on me, and the people were behind me, screaming at me, and I heard somebody say, get a rope, drag her over to a tree, let's hang her. I was terrified because other people were threatening me too, but I kept going forward. I looked to get to the bus stop as a point of safety.
Her grandfather owned a store in the black neighborhood about 6 blocks away. So she knew there was a bus stop there. And she was thinking, I think I can be safe if I could just get to that bus. But in order to get to the bus stop, that meant she had to go back into that mob. And she said now the spitting actually intensified, that everybody was spitting on her now. And she said she was looking for a friendly face in all of these angry white faces, because she knew that all white people wasn't bad. Her mother used to work for some white people who treated them very kind, she says. And she was looking for some of these people because her mother would tell her when she was a little kid that if you're ever out and you get in trouble, to seek an adult, and someone nice will help you. And she locked eyes with an elderly white woman, and she smiled at her and motioned for her to come to her, as if to say, come to me and I will help you. Well, Elizabeth, she goes to that woman, and she's standing in front of her, and that woman spit right in her face. Now, there was someone else who saw what happened and was not happy with it, was the President of the United States, President Eisenhower. So he puts in a call to the governor, says, Governor, you can't do that. You can't keep those kids out of schools with those troops. The governor tells the President of the United States, sir, with all due respect, you run this country, but I run this state. So in essence, he's telling the president what? You don't tell me what to do. Well, once the mayor's left in charge of the city, the president contacts the mayor. Mayor, get the state troopers, get those kids into that building. Now, all the people are protesting out here in the front of the school. No one is protesting on the side of the school. So guess where the state troopers get the kids in at? On the side.
I didn't know, but eventually 4 local reporters stood directly behind me at that bus bench, intending to be a human barrier so that people could not strike me from behind.
And imagine getting cracked upside the head with a padlock that somebody has thrown so hard and hit you behind your head. But that's what we do to people that look like you here. Remember, this is what you signed up for. You know we didn't want you here, but yet you came anyway. This is what you deserve. This is what you get. All right? Imagine being in a classroom and you start to get assaulted by about 4 or 5 people. And the teacher gets up and walk out the classroom because when the principal come and ask Miss Smith what happened in here, something happened. What you mean what happened? Somebody didn't happen when I was in here. So if a teacher didn't say something happened, guess what? Didn't happen. Who are they going to believe? White teacher or black student? Imagine walking down the stairs and somebody wanted to see if you had wings and can fly. And they just shoved you down. Imagine being in the cafeteria trying to eat lunch and kids take a turn dumping their tray of food over your head, but you can't say anything. You can't tell them to quit. You can't get up and defend yourself, because if you do, you're out of here.
I remember that most of the time when I was hit from behind. And one of the things that happened every day was being body slammed into wall lockers. We had not had any training in self-defense. Once boys were knocked down and were being kicked right in front of the main office of school, the principal came out ready and thought they were really skinning just badly. Because he had told us that regardless of what happened, if it was not witnessed by a teacher, he would do anything about it. It was an endurance test. There were these paratroopers surrounding Central High School. And that moving of the 24th, they affixed bayonets to their rifles and scattered the crowd in all directions. And there were soldiers on the roof of the building. There were helicopters hovering overhead, and there were gun-mounted jeeps in the street. So September 25th is the day we commemorate as the beginning of desegregation at Little Rock Central High School.